The second to last printing process you need to know about is gravure. This type of printing process, like offset lithography and flexography, uses a printing plate. In this process, the printing plate is made out of copper and is put around a printing cylinder. This method is the fastest and widest presses that are used commercially, and they can print anything from narrow labels to 12 feet wide rolls of vinyl flooring. In this printing process, the copper plate is engraved with the image to be printed. The image is engraved with small recessed cells that act as tiny inkwells. The deeper the recess, the darker the colour that gets printed. As with offset lithography and flexography, there are basically 4 cylinders, one for each of the CMY colours. This printing method is used to print around 500,000 to 1 million copies of a single item. This method is used to make high quality art and photographic books, postage stamps, packaging and expensive magazines. The advantage of this printing method is it has a consistent colour reproduction, it's high speed, it's the widest printing press, the ink dries on evaporation. The disadvantage is the high cost of engraved printing plates and cylinders. Is only cost effective for long print runs of around 500,000 to 1 million. The image printed as dots which are visible to the naked eye. It's very expensive setup cost, hence only used on large print runs. The last method you need to know is screen printing. This method is in common use today as it is relatively cheap and a variety of colours can be used. Good examples are seen on t-shirts and posters. In industry, this technique is used to produce thousands of a screen printed item on packaging and t-shirts. The stages involved in screen printing are the making of a template that is cut and placed on top of the paper or fabric to be printed on. The screen is then placed on top of the template. Ink is then placed into the screen and is pushed through the template onto the paper or fabric. The screen and template are then lifted off and left to dry. The advantage of this print run is that stencils are easy to produce to create the screen print. It is versatile as it can be printed on virtually any surface. It's economical for short, hand-produced runs, but can be fully automated to produce large volumes. The disadvantage is it's generally difficult to achieve fine detail and prints require long drying times. That concludes this section of the revision. If you have any questions, please come and speak to me.